Welcome back, everyone, to the October 2022 real estate market update for fall. We're going to be talking about the real estate numbers for Toronto, the GTA, the Caledon areas, and also all the way up to beautiful, beautiful Muskoka. And my name is Katharine Loucaidou. I'm the broker owner of the Katharine Loucaidou Real Estate Group. And I'm here with my beautiful team partner, Elizabeth Stokes. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm so excited to talk today.
Well, I think we're in a time where honesty and transparency is really important when we talk about the real estate market. There is so much going on out there in the media, in the newspapers, and then we have real estate agents saying, no, everything's fine. And then we have other ones saying all kinds of things. So when we come to you with our numbers, they're the actual numbers. You can't see right now, but they are the actual real estate numbers that we pull out from the MLS in what's going on. And we are accurate because if we're not accurate, it doesn't help you in deciding what it is that you would like to do and the decisions you'd like to make going forward. So what I thought is we would first start off with the general overview of what the president of the Toronto Real Estate Board is saying about the market. And I know that if you are in Muskoka, you may say, well, that may not necessarily reflect what's going on here, which is why we have Elizabeth, who will be talking about the numbers coming out of the boards for the Muskoka areas. So in Toronto and the GTA right now, the sales numbers were actually similar to September, so not a lot of difference in the number of sales. However, the sales are still down 49% year over year. Now, we know 2021 was a crazy market, and we are definitely not in that market now. So we are at half of the number of sales. The new listings, so this is what's interesting. New listings are down month over month by 11.6%. We actually haven't seen, so Liz, I found this interesting. We haven't seen this low number of listings since 2010 on the Toronto Real Estate Board.
And we're seeing similar. We are definitely down in the listings, and we're seeing a reflection of that down in the sales, somewhere between 40 and 50%, depending if we're talking non-waterfront and waterfront properties. Things overall have slowed a little, but I think there's quite a few factors that are affecting that. Right now. And we've discussed those before.
Yes. So why don't we dig into the numbers and then we can actually talk about, where we're at, what's going on. Average home price now in Toronto is $1,089,000, which is actually down 5.7% year over year. Now, moving to the Bolton area, in Bolton, semis right now are sitting at $891,000, which is actually down 4%. Our 3-bedroom detached homes are sitting at $1,021,000, which is down 11%. And 4-bedroom detached homes are at $1,217,000, which is down 12%. In the overall Caledon area, our townhomes are sitting at around $803,000, which is down 17%. The 3-bedroom detached homes, $1,262,000 as an average, down 29%.
Wow.
And 4-bedroom detached homes, $1,934,000. Now, of course, it's hard when we have all different acreage and so on. Very like Muskoka, we have very unique properties here, but they're down 1.5%. So it's really different numbers across the board, but we do see this trend of the sales price being lower. Here is the trend that I noticed in the numbers in the MLS, and that, for example, of 50 homes being listed in a month, about 22 of them are being taken off the market and being relisted at lower, closer to market value prices. And that is when they're beginning to sell. So we're noticing that the days on the market, although it appears to be 21, it's actually much, much longer. I'd say it's probably closer to 40 to 50 days on the market because of people taking them off, re-putting them on, and now having a better, more competitive, closer to market price. What are you finding where you are?
So we don't necessarily do that technique here. The listing is there. It's not getting the activity it should be. We will adjust during that listing period. So we rarely take it off and put it back on.
Right.
So sometimes it is a little bit more reflective of the actual days on market. However, having said that, If the listing had expired and then was brought back on, it starts again at day one, although we do have access to determine how many days has it actually been on. So those are things as agents we go back and look at and then use that as well to help determine just how we're doing the pricing.
I think it might be important to note that different areas do have slightly different nuances and ways of doing things. And I know that the Toronto and GTA area, this taking the house off the market, re-putting it on, it's because of the idea that what, a house is taking longer than 14 days to sell? There must be something wrong. And we all forget, at least here, Toronto and GTA, that the way that the average balanced market used to be done 10 years ago, 8 years ago, was that a house was on the market for 2, 3, maybe 4 months. There were negotiations going on, coming with the price and so on. There were conditions, and people who are newer into this industry right now, they're not sure what's going on. So those of us who have been in the industry for quite some time understand what's happening. It's just going back to the way things used to be, and it's all fine. But price is everything right now.
Price is everything. And unfortunately, I think we're finding people, because of the last 2 years and the way the numbers got really, really crazy, their expectations have been at a higher value. We discussed last time the fact if we eliminated sort of 2020, 2021, the curve, that price curve is actually would have been consistent and on par from 2019 and just coming up. What we've seen here, I looked sort of October 2022 versus September, and our number of listings at the end of the month for both non-waterfront and waterfront are very, very similar.
Okay.
However, if we go year over year, we're, as I said before, about 40 to 50% lower in our sales.
Right.
Okay. Days on market, we're running right now about 44. So that 40, 45
Very
range
similar
in there.
To us, really. Yeah.
And the reality is that's allowing for good exposure on the market. So the maximum number of people are going to see it. So then when you do get an offer, you have the confidence of knowing people have had the opportunity to see it. Yeah. You do have that opportunity for negotiations. So as a buyer, there's a little bit more
wiggle room,
relaxed approach.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what would you say that we should be telling our sellers out there, or people who are thinking of selling? Should they be worried?
I don't think they should be worried at all. I can see if they bought high and are now having to sell lower, I can see where there might be some concern. But for the most part, if you bought a few years ago, your house has appreciated in value. So you are coming out ahead. Yeah. There's not the problem of, can I afford another house? Because the shifts are happening throughout the market.
Yeah.
So that's making sense. As a seller, don't panic when it's not the crazy activity right now. For us in Muskoka, it's November. Traditionally, it slows down. Some people may not like this, but because of hunting season, a lot of people it's a full stop for everything. And we all know there's been other things going on in the province and in our market areas that are making people slow down a little bit. But they're still out there and they are definitely still looking.
Absolutely. And, even as a coach of realtors, what I tell them is, and this is to buyers, this is to sellers as well, people will always need somewhere to live. People are always in a changing movement of their lives. People are always looking to possibly downsize, possibly just move areas. They want a change of scenery. Maybe they're retiring. Maybe they're close to retiring and have decided they want to move from Toronto to Caledon or Caledon to Muskoka. Yeah. We don't have a stop of the market, right? We have pauses where people are just deciding, okay, what do I do right now? Let me get the information that I need, which is why we're here today. Yes. And then let me make an educated decision on what's best for me and my family. And so that's really why we come and we bring you all of these statistics, and we will be every month, and they will always be very honest and transparent so that you know exactly what's going on and what is the best decision for you.
I really like it. It sounds funny. I do like when the market is a little bit slower, that the pressure isn't there,
Mhm.
because we can take the time to inform our buyers
Yes.
and our sellers. So they are going in armed with every possible little bit of information that they can to make that perfect decision.
And I think that it's a far riskier. It was actually a riskier market a year ago than it is right
Definitely.
now. You're not walking into a risky market right now. You are walking into a market where you do see what's going on. You are buying at a lower value than they were a year ago. However, if you have a home to sell, you are also selling. It's always going to even out. And if you are moving to an area that is even lower priced, that is where you will end up saving a few dollars. So if you have any questions at all, Elizabeth and I are always here to answer them. We're here if you're just wondering what your home is worth, because, you've been wondering, where are we at now compared to where we were last year? We are happy to email you out something. And we just wish you a very wonderful rest of your November. Get out there. It's beautiful. The leaves may have fallen or in the process of falling, but it's still a wonderful, wonderful season.
And it's a little chilly out today, but that's still okay.
It's good.
The sun is shining.
It is.
Definitely outdoors time.
All right. We'll see you next month, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.